Well, there's been a major development in protests by far-right demonstrators in the UK. A masked mob has attacked police and stormed a hotel that's been used to house asylum seekers. The incident comes after days of rioting and violent confrontations by far-right protesters after a multiple stabbing in the city of Southport, and spurred on by misinformation. CBC's Anna Cunningham in London is tracking this story for us. What more can you tell us about the clashes that we've seen today?
Well, Linda, there have been violent scenes out of Rotherham, which is a town in the north of England. And the situation there at the moment, as we understand it, remains very tense. What we've seen initially earlier today was a small group of anti-fascist demonstrators. They turned up, then a much larger group of anti-immigration far-right protesters arrived. We've seen masked people throwing wood, large pieces of wood, chairs, even spraying fire extinguishers at police officers and smashing windows. This location chosen for confrontation because the hotel, we understand, housed asylum seekers. Now, some of those that you can see in that crowd were chanting, "Get them out," as they smashed windows. We understand that some protesters did get inside. Fires were lit in bins. You'll see some images of mounted police officers. They were brought in to support the riot police and try to push back those protesters. The situation at the moment remaining very tense in Rotherham, but it's not the only place. Today, a number of other cities and towns, from Middlesbrough in the north to Weymouth as well, seeing protests and clashes with police. And the latest figure we have is now 147 people arrested just since last night in connection with these disturbances, Linda.
It's very hostile scenes there for sure. Anna, what kind of reaction are you hearing?
Well, we've heard in the past hour from the Prime Minister, Sir Keir Starmer. He has given an update on the disorder across the UK. He was speaking from Downing Street. Take a listen.
If you target people because of the colour of their skin or their faith, then that is far right, and I'm prepared to say so. But it doesn't matter what apparent motivation there is. This is violence. It is not protest. It doesn't matter what the motivation is. The motivation for the vast majority of people in this country is to see their streets safe. And that's what I'm determined that we will deliver.
Now, it's very interesting to hear that Prime Minister Starmer has called out these protests as being far-right protests, because many of those involved in this demonstration are denying that, and they're saying that they are out to demonstrate against illegal immigration, is what they're saying. But Keir Starmer, they're going on to say that people in this country, in the UK, have the right to be safe. And he spoke directly to those being targeted in the violence that we've seen across the UK. He said that he wanted people to know that this violent mob does not represent this country and that we will bring them to justice. Now, remember, Linda, Keir Starmer, as Prime Minister, has only held that position for 4 weeks. This is now an urgent challenge for his government to ensure that these violent protests are brought under control. Linda.
That's the CBC's Anna Cunningham in London.